So the reason we reviewed factoring and fractions is because we're combining the two together, okay? So we have situations like this. They're rational expressions in which we're going to first factor and then simplify wherever we can. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things you can cancel out and simplify and other things that you can't. Here is what a lot of kids will do on the test. Please don't do this. They'll see this problem, they won't factor, and they'll just start crossing out X's and numbers wherever they match. Okay, you can't do that. First we factor, and I'll show you the things you can cancel out. So looking at the top, if you look at the x squared plus 4x plus 3, we are going to first factor that. Okay, so we're going to put the 3 up here, 4 right here. What two numbers work? 3 and 1, the only two. Okay, do we have to do the window step? No. Okay, so we've got 5x. We have then x plus 3, x plus 1 on the top. Can we factor this? Yes. But we can factor this. So we've got x minus 6. What's this factor to? X plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, now is the point where you can cancel out entire quantities that are in parentheses that match. Okay, so looking at this first one, the x plus 3's are gone. Anything else? No, you cannot cancel this x out with any x you feel like canceling out. Okay, those are not exactly the same in parentheses. So we have 5x, x plus 1, x minus 6, x minus 3. You can leave it like this. You don't need to go back and remultiply it through. Okay, this tells me that these are all the factors that are left over that didn't cancel out. Okay, because you can't cancel those out. A lot of kids think you can. You can't. The circled x's. Okay, so let's try this one. So looking at the top. Okay, so let's start with that. We've got, I'm going to write it right above it. So we can take x squared out. We're left with x squared minus 5x minus 14. So we're going to factor what's in the parentheses there. What two numbers work with that? -7 and 2. So we've got x squared. Don't forget that. We've got x minus 7, x plus 2. On the bottom, we've got 4x, and then we can factor this. 4 and 2 work. So we get everything completely factored. That's always your first step. All right, what can we cancel out? Okay, these are for sure gone. There is something else we can do on this one. Back here, I circled the x's, saying we cannot cancel these out.
Can you take them out because they're both on the outside of the parentheses?
Yes, these are both outside on the parentheses, so they are similar now. This situation before, this x had a -6 with it, so that's different than an x all by itself. These x's are out front, so there's 2 x's up here and 1 down here, so we can cancel this out. There's only 1 x left here, and that one is gone. You see how it's a different situation than the first one? Okay, so now what's left over on the top, we have x times x minus 7. On the bottom, we have a 4 and an x plus 4. Again, you don't need to redistribute those or anything. Just write down the factors that are left over. Questions? All right, let's try this one. What should we do? Okay, so we always try to take something out if we can. So on the top, we can take a z out, leaving us with x minus 4. Down here, we have z squared. We can't change anything there. Now, what's in the parentheses looks almost the same, but it's not. Here's how you can change it so that it can cancel out. What we're going to do is we're going to change all of the signs on either the numerator or the denominator. Doesn't matter which one. Okay, so this can be changed to negative z, and then this is now negative x plus 4, which we could write as 4 minus x. And now it matches the denominator. So these go away. And what else? A z, right? So we still have a negative. Now what if we get rid of absolutely everything from either the numerator or the denominator?
There's still a 1 there.
We always have to put a 1 there, which technically is going to be a negative 1 because we've got that negative sign over z. Questions? What's that? You change all the signs on either all the numerator or the denominator. We picked the numerator to change all the signs. So now it's a negative z, and then this turned into a negative x plus 4, which we just rewrote. Questions? Okay, let's try this one. What should we do first on the numerator? Yep, so we've got AB out front. What's left? B minus 5. Okay, on the bottom we have 5 plus b and 5 minus b. So this is another situation, just like the one on the left. These look almost the same, but we're going to have to switch the signs. Let's switch the signs on the top. So now it's negative AB, and we can switch these around. So the 5 is now positive, the b is now negative. So now we can take those away. Negative AB over 5 plus b. Questions? Okay, last page then. I'm going to give you guys a head start on factoring this one and see if you can cancel out the factors that we can get rid of. So factor the top, factor the bottom. I'll give you a minute head start. Did we get the same answer? Okay, I want to show you the most common mistake. What do you think kids do at this point? Yep. Yeah, they take the x's away and they say the answer is 3/8. Not true, okay? Essentially, there's really parentheses around here, which means there's nothing in common right now.
So that's the ending answer.
So this is your ending answer. With or without the parentheses is fine in this situation. Do not cross these x's out. You can write yourself a note. I promise you, happens to every kid. Don't cross out x's. Okay, that's not a situation where they can go away. Last one before the homework. Take out something on both the numerator and the denominator, right? Okay, so on the top there's an x in common. So we've got a squared minus b squared. On the bottom we can take out a y, and we got b minus a. Factor the top. So we have x, a plus b, a minus b, y. Now on the other two problems we had like this, I changed the numerator to all have different signs. Why do you think it would be better to do the denominator in this case? Yeah, there's less things to change the sign on, okay? So looking here, we can change this to a negative, negative, and a positive. So now we have a minus b right here. So a minus b cancels out with a minus b. Does everyone see that, or should I rewrite it? This is the same as negative y and a minus b, because we changed the signs on here on the bottom. Okay, so these are now gone, and you're left with x, a plus b, and a negative y. So factor first before you start getting cancel happy and getting rid of everything. Questions?